Today we have Ultimate Gohan from Dragon Ball Super Superhero. I was actually able to find this guy in Target one of the days that I was actually roaming around Target. But yeah, I was finally able to get my hand on this guy, which has been one of the more sought out figures from every single collector. He has been released for around a year, almost a year actually. I think 8 months since last November or something like that. And he just recently started hitting the storefronts like Target and all that kind of stuff. Maybe even GameStop, but who knows. But here we finally have him in all of his glory. Let's just look at it. One of my only complaints is that a lot of his accessories come alongside other figures, which I will not be looking at today. That will be a whole separate video, but yeah, let's just get right into him to see what he actually has. I don't think he has a lot, especially from the looks of it, from like just the box, but let's just look at it and let's just get right into it. So here we have Gohan in all of his basic as glory. So to just take a closer look at him, he is pretty basic. He's not the most flashy figure ever. So he's just really a Goku mold with a different outfit and a different head and everything, and hair, of course. But it's Ultimate Gohan. This is the second Ultimate Gohan the SH Figuarts line has actually released, and granted, being from the superhero movie, it's the first Gohan or adult Gohan that actually has Piccolo's gi outfit and everything like that. So yeah, when looking at this figure, again, there's something that I actually want to do. Give me like 1 second. So something I wanted to do is actually compare the differences between I'm sorry. The differences between Gohan and Piccolo's outfits, mainly because they are technically the same outfit, but as you can see right here on the screen, they have some differences, especially Gohan having the 3.0 body model and articulation, compared to Piccolo, who has the 2.0, I believe. The main difference between the models is that you can see Gohan has no like joints or flaps on the legs, and it gives access to better articulation compared to Piccolo, where he actually has the flaps that might restrict some certain articulation depending on how you want to pose him. But everything else just seems to be similar, not in the sense of the same sculpt or anything, just put smaller for Gohan. They're actually, the major differences are pretty much the shoulders and the legs. And also the color. Gohan's gi is actually a lighter purple shade than Piccolo. Let me just fix Piccolo's neck over here. God damn. Sorry, Gohan, but is your uncle over here? But yeah, there's a lot of various differences, especially comparing how these two released not so far from each other. It actually is surprising how much of a difference there is in the Gohan model. I don't necessarily have the Goku from Dragon Ball Super Superhero, so I would actually compare him to that Goku instead of this Piccolo. But moving Piccolo aside, let's put him on the side for a little bit. Let's actually look at more of the articulation for this Gohan to see how he actually works. So his butterfly joints, honestly, he's very tight. I will say that right now. Since he's fresh out of the box, he's very tight. That's probably as how far you're gonna get with his shoulders to put him in this position. You can also just put him in different positions with the arms, twist them and everything. But that's as far as you're gonna get in pretty much height for the figure. Putting the arms up, the butterfly joints are also a little bit of downside. He doesn't actually put his arm up all the way. Actually, let's bring Mr. Piccolo back a little bit. With Piccolo, you can pretty much put him all the way up. With Gohan, that's not really the case. So that might be one of the downsides of having the 3.0 model compared to the 2.0. But I don't really think that's going to be that big of a difference. You can get much of his articulation going. When putting Gohan into a arch-backed or a hunchback position, there's a lot of good articulation. There's nothing pretty much like scraping with each other. So that there's like a lot of movement in between, and you can even feel it with the actual figure if you have it with you. The elbows, same as any other SH Figuarts, they don't really look like elbows. They just look smushed. But again, they need to look good while in just having the arms straight. But so that's really the only downside of like SH Figuarts and just figures in general. It's just getting those small accuracies. And all that kind of stuff. Now, we did talk about more of the 3.0 model being the pants section or the leg section. When considering the movement, Gohan can actually fully sit down. I don't know if Piccolo can do that. Let me see. Well, any figure can, I think. Yeah, any figure can. It's just, it feels easier with Gohan. Mainly because he has more freedom to do so. But one of the things that the 3.0 model actually has over the 2.0 is that you can do the 180 splits more effectively with these type of figures. I think the Goku and Vegeta have it. I know this Gohan has it, and I'm pretty sure the upcoming Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan also have it as well. But yeah, his knees, pretty basic. They're all tough and everything, so you can actually see a little bit of different color differentiation and color grading on the shading on the knees and the pants and any other small areas throughout the body. It's kind of hard to see in the camera, but it doesn't really matter. You barely notice it if you have him under unless you have him under a huge amount of light like I do right now. Then you won't really notice it. But yeah, his feet, basic common feet, the common toes, joints, and everything, and the pivot, pretty much. So now that we're done actually talking about Gohan, let's actually talk a little more about his accessories. He doesn't necessarily have many, but he has enough for a figure of his price range. So let me get those right in. Alright, so Gohan comes with 4 different sets of accessories, 3 of those sets being different pairs of hands, and the other set being 2 different faceplates. When looking at the faceplates, we actually have the Shouting Gohan faceplate, where he's just shouting like any other regular Dragon Ball character would. He has the Grunting face, which normally is found on Vegeta figures and not necessarily Gohan. I actually do think this would be a fine faceplate to put on Vegeta if it actually fit, but from the looks of it, it's not going to. But yeah, normally you only find the Grunting face on Vegeta and more serious Goku, serious forms of Goku like Super Saiyan and all that kind of stuff, not really base Goku. Now, when looking at the hands, we have the grasping hands, we have the left and the right. Come on, focus. There we go. These are the common hands that Goku does when he's doing a fighting stance. We have 2 grasping hands again. This is the left one right here. Come on, focus. There we go. The amount of detail again is pretty good. You can actually see the nails and everything. That's something I actually liked about SH Figuarts for a while. But yeah, they have pretty good attention to detail on the hands, even though they're just flesh color. And last but not least, we have the Ki Blast hand, very similar to the grasping hand. It's just a little bit more extended than the grasping hand. And again, pretty basic amount of accessories, just really 8 in total. But to be honest, for a figure of his price, 8 accessories, especially if it's just hands and faceplates, I think it's fine enough. When looking at Gohan, his price range it's around $35 to $40 after taxes. Considering where you have to consider where you buy it. If you buy it walking into Target, you might get it for like $39 around there, based on tax here in the U.S. But yeah, even looking at the figure, it's pretty seamless on how the hair goes. You can't really notice where you have to get rid of the faceplate, I guess. So my main guess is that, yeah, there you go. So now that we have a faceless Gohan, let's see how to actually switch the actual faces. So right here I have his basic face. Come on, focus, focus. There we go. I have his basic face, and I also have his front hair. So now you have the hair. You can put the faceplate down. Let's switch him to the shouting angry face. So there's the two entrances right here at the top, and there's the two little joints that you have to connect. The two little posts that you have to connect. So you just connect them in like so, and now just put the faceplate in. There's multiple joints on the hair and the face. That way the figure doesn't actually lose its face as often as other figures. I'm looking at you, Gogeta. But yeah, honestly, I don't think this figure is bad at all. I think this figure is quite affordable. And if you missed out on Beast Gohan, there's always different ways of getting access to different types of accessories, like different forms of hair, like customs and all that kind of stuff. You can also make your own custom if that's what you feel like. But yeah, let me just go right into my final thoughts on this figure. It shouldn't take long.
Alright, so for my final thoughts on this Gohan, I honestly think he is a perfect figure for anyone to really start out with. He is quite affordable in the price range of around $35 to $40, and he is currently being shipped out to Targets and places that carry SH Figuarts. So if you ever encountered this guy in retail stores, I would honestly say to just get him instantly. He normally sells out quite fast. So yeah, just try to get him while you can, if you can. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next Figure Arts review.